How we doing, guys? And it's finished. Arsenal 5, Bolton Wanderers 1. What's all that about us being such a defensive team and the dark arts and everything else? Listen, at the end of the day, the scoreline is pretty much what we expected it would be. But you have to go out and you have to give the team that you play the respect they deserve. It doesn't matter that Bolton are 2 divisions below us. These are the kind of games, if you don't apply yourself correctly, you could come unstuck. And given the week that we've had in terms of the travelling, the intensity of the games and everything else, this was always going to be a game where multiple players were going to be rested. There's some that weren't, that I was a little surprised about. And there was some that came off the bench that I was a little surprised about. But yeah, when they all, come through the game unscathed and everything's fine, you kind of look at it and say, okay, cool. It's, you're giving the competition the respect it deserves, shall we say. But you look at Bolton as well. They made 7 changes. This is a team that's come into the Emirates Stadium playing against Arsenal. It's a big occasion. They had thousands of fans coming down from up north. And they still made 7 changes because their priority is the game on Saturday. And they've got an early kickoff. So they've looked at it and gone, yes, it's a great occasion. Yes, players here would want to, be playing and involved, like their top goal scorer, for example. But we need to look at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is getting out of the division they're in and into the championship, because you remember last year they failed in the playoffs. So even teams like Bolton are doing that. So I don't know what they're going to do with this competition, and they've tried these little different formats this season, keeping it regional at one point, and no teams that are in Europe being able to face each other in the early rounds, etc. I think that changes now. At the time of me recording this, the draw's actually not being made. It's going to be in around about 20 minutes time, the draw's going to be made. And I think, don't quote me on this, but I think you can now draw anybody. It's just a free-for-all, so to speak. And when you're looking at the sides that are in there, your Man Cities, your Liverpools, Manchester Uniteds, Tottenhams, there could potentially be a big game. On one side, it would be nice to play a big game because you kind of like, it's just that big game vibe. Do you know what I mean? But not a lot of the youngsters will get minutes if we play a Man City or a Spurs, for example. You'd have to go with a lot stronger side. You'd probably like to have a more favourable home draw, shall we say, at the moment, so you can continue, playing some of the youngsters. And at the end of the day, you look at it tonight, youngest player in Arsenal's history, young goalkeeper, 16 years and I don't know how many days it was, but he beat Cesc Fabregas' record. It's not a bad player to beat in terms of the record, was it? But there was some decent performances from some of the youngsters out there as well. But the one that everyone will be talking about, of course, is Ethan Nwaneri. 2 goals tonight. He's probably, along with, Lewis Skelly, the other one that's knocking on the door, shall we say, in and around that first team, and really at a stage where they can be trusted by Mikel Arteta. And he done his cause no damage at all, did he, by scoring a couple of goals. And he was in the right place. Declan Rice with a second goal of his where he intercepted, does what Declan Rice does. Went through, and a lot of youngsters would have probably slipped it back to Declan Rice for the tap in, but it's like, nah, I'm getting another goal, mate. His first goal, again, the movement was really good, and the way he got into the box and the pass from Raheem Sterling Good for Raheem Sterling to get plenty of minutes tonight as well. Gets a goal. Definitely gets 1 assist. I don't know whether he'll get 2. I'm not sure of that. He had a shot. It was parried out and then Kai Havertz scores. So I don't know whether that would count as an assist. So yeah, again, definitely 1 assist and definitely 1 goal. Bukayo Saka got some minutes. Only played 45. Gabriel came on. Saliba got a rest. Kiwior, I thought, done all right. Jorginho is Jorginho. And yeah, overall, I'm quite happy with that, to be quite honest with you. The young lad playing at right back. I remember seeing him on the tour. I forgot his name now. I can't believe I forgot his name. But when he was playing on a tour as well, I think he was the one that had the video where his mum greeted him at the end of a game, and she looked so proud, just beaming smile. And your son's making his debut for Arsenal, and that was a non-competitive game because it was during the pre-season tour in America. But this one's a competitive game, and I've done him a disservice by forgetting his name. But there's so many youngsters that came on and were involved tonight. It is difficult to keep remembering. But yeah, listen, at the end of the day, it's one of those games. You just got to get the job done. You've got to be professional. And like I said, you know, Bolton gave it a good go. 0-0, there was a possible penalty. And yeah, listen, they tried and they worked hard, but at the end of the day, the quality it's just levels above. And, you know, when you're looking at the substitutions that we can make, then you're kind of looking at that and going, wow, we're already 3-1 down or 4-1 down and 5-1 down. And then look what they're doing. And they're bringing on, you know, a German international in Kai Havertz and a Brazilian international in Gabriel. And it's like, wow, what is going on here? And then another Brazilian international in Martinelli. And it's like, that's the levels. That's the levels. There's such a big gap between Premier League and, you know, Championship, League One, etc. What teams can do and what they can bring off the bench and everything. But listen, Bolton can hold their head high. I thought it was a decent performance from them. I wish them well with their league campaign. Brilliant from their fans tonight. You know, made a lot of noise. And even when they got that 1 goal, you know, the way the fans, you know, celebrated it. Enjoy the moment, man. Enjoy the moment. And I'm not trying to belittle them or anything. It's just, yeah, you never know when you may get those moments again. Bolton, let's remember, Bolton were, you know, a regular Premier League club, like top division. And they had the likes of JJ Okocha, and they even had Nicolas Anelka and stuff like that. And, you know, it's been a tough few years for them. So at the end of the day, yeah, you've got to enjoy these moments because you never know when they may happen again, and you may get to go to the Emirates, etc. So fair play to them. Job done for us. Came through it unscathed. We've got to go to weekend action, Leicester. That's it. Lost my train of thought for a moment then. But yeah, Leicester at the weekend. Expecting a lot of the regular faces back. And yeah, let's you know, go and deal with that. Get 3 points on the board. And you know, keep moving forward in the Premier League and doing what we need to do. And yeah, ultimately, we've got to try and achieve what we want to achieve, which is win the Premier League. And it's as simple as that. So, listen, if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.